The next version of the Les Paul Custom has changed so radically as to be effectively unrecognizable. It seems strange to call this a Les Paul Custom. This is clearly the SG body shape and has the sideways vibrola, so called because to make it do the vibrato, you do it sideways, that way. Whereas on a Bigsby, it's up and down motion. If you do up and down on this, all it is a hinged handle. Frankly, these are not the best as far as practicality or staying in tune. They're original, and taking one off and changing it will reduce the value of the guitar. But from a purely utilitarian point of view, this is a tailpiece I would not recommend. But this guitar does have the Les Paul logo here. It says Les Paul Custom on this plate. The Les Paul Standard of this same time said Les Paul on the truss rod cover instead, but the Custom has it on the plate here. And this is white, which was at that time the only color they offered it. I've seen a very, very few that were done in black, which was a custom order, but so far as the catalog didn't mention custom options, and out of hundreds and hundreds of these I've seen, I think I've seen two that were black. Basically, at this point, it was the reverse of Henry Ford, but it was still that same philosophy. It went from any color you want as long as it's black, which was the Les Paul of late 53 through early 61, to any color you want as long as it's white for the Custom. Gibson, and for that matter Fender too, didn't offer so many custom color options as today. Today, numerous manufacturers offer so many custom colors that it's the whole rainbow, but not back then. This has 3 patent applied for humbucking pickups, 2 pneumatic bridge, sideways vibrola, Grover Rotomatic tuners, mahogany neck and body, beveled edge laminated pick guard, black frames. It's a very high quality guitar, but it's a radically different guitar from what had been called the Les Paul Custom. It's probably as radical a change as what Ford did, not only in colors, but consider the Ford Thunderbird automobile, which started out as a 2-seater little sporty car and ended up as a huge monstrosity that had no resemblance whatever to the original Thunderbird, but certainly by the 70s, what Ford called a Thunderbird didn't look like the Thunderbird of the 50s. Times change, and model specs can change. This is the same model name, Les Paul Custom, but a totally different beast. So there it is. This is a 1962 Les Paul Custom, and it's basically the specs that you would see on the Les Paul Custom from 1961 through early 1963, after which the Les Paul name was dropped. Les Paul no longer got a royalty on it, and it was simply called an SG Custom. But they went to the SG body shape and these specs in early '61.